The topic of our talk today was God alone is, I am not. In the synthesis of yoga, Sri Aurobindo says that the path of knowledge includes the positive way of constantly affirming to ourselves that all is God, and the negative way, negative as in saying no to something, is to constantly remind myself that I am not. I as the sense of ego, the ahankar, I don't exist. Only God exists. I too am the continuum of God which is everywhere. I have no separate existence from that continuum. The sense of I that I live with is a phantom. It's a mental construct. But that beautiful line from Savitri, a Godhead stands behind the brute machine. Our thoughts, our emotions are like a machine, but a Godhead stands behind the brute machine. And my truth is more truly the Godhead than the brute machine that I think I am. How do I live with this? So if I examine the way I live, there is a voice in my head which is thoughts, that's in the foreground. But in the background, there is an awareness space in which the thoughts arise and pass away. If I'm not consumed by thoughts, if I can sense that still background awareness, and I start paying more attention to that background awareness than the foreground thought, I start feeling an unconditioned joy, calm, and peace. Sri Aurobindo beautifully describes this as eventually all that is left of the personal soul is a hymn of peace and freedom and bliss vibrating somewhere in the eternal. So whenever we are in touch with that awareness behind, the real self behind our mental self, we are invincible. Because we are not invested in the world cannot trigger us. Therefore, there's that beautiful line in Savitri, calm is self's victory overcoming fate. When we are poised in that awareness, we are not invested in the ego self, which swells with pleasure and shrinks with pain. The world cannot add anything to the awareness that we are. The world cannot subtract anything. Therefore, calm is self's victory overcoming fate. Again, Sri Aurobindo says, pain is the signature of ignorance, attesting the secret God denied by life. Until life finds him, pain can never end. So whenever we are in pain, it's a reminder to us, hey look, You've moved away from the secret God in you. When we find that God, or move closer to that God, in that realm, pain does not exist. So let this be our practice through the week, to constantly pay attention not so much to thoughts, but to the awareness space behind. To constantly recognize the voice of the ego when it seizes me as an affliction, not my real self. And whenever there's pain, to not be controlled by the pain, but to look within, to find the secret God denied by life. Just with that, hands together in a namaste. Let's end with 3 Oms. Om.